Hello beautiful people on the internet, it's me, Caitlin Marie. For those who don't know, or for those who have never watched my channel before, I am 19 years old and I am a sophomore in college. So I've gotten to know a little bit about how the college life is and what happens in college. It's nothing like how I thought it would be or what I was told it would be. Society as a whole kind of makes college out to be what it really is not. So today's video I'm going to be kind of telling you guys who aren't in college kind of what college really is like and kind of what people don't tell you. This video is not to discourage anybody from going to college. I'm not trying to stop people from going to college. This is just what I have experienced in my 2 years of going to college. This is just from my personal experience. This might not be what everybody experiences, but I feel like for the majority, I feel like this is what most people go through when they go to college. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about is kind of what majority of people think about when they hear the word college. College parties. So college parties are nothing like they are in TVs and movies. They're absolutely nothing like it at all. I personally have never been to a college party just because that's not really like my scene, but I have heard a lot of stuff about college parties and I have heard what goes down. So I personally have not experienced it, but from people who have experienced it, that's what they told me. Most of the time, college parties is in a very small apartment, a small house, a very small frat house or something. And usually it's a lot of people crammed into a very, very, very tiny space. Majority of the time, it's a lot of people that you don't know, have never seen before, and probably will never see again in your entire life. The alcohol absolutely sucks at college parties. It's usually just like cheap alcohol because, let's face it, all college people, well, majority of college people are completely broke and can't afford like really good alcohol. And majority of the time the cops show up either because the party's too loud or somebody snitched or somebody figured out that there's underage people at parties. They're not as fun as you think they would be. College and high school are two totally different things when it comes to the amount of work that you have to do. A lot of people in high school get away with doing the absolute bare minimum and they still pass, still graduate. They're passing with like flying colors and all that. That is not the case when you get to college. You have to put in a lot of work. You're writing 5-page papers like every other week. You have to actually read the textbooks to be able to understand what's going on in the class and to pass the exams. You do take a lot of notes. Majority of my classes pretty much just sit in class and the professor puts on a PowerPoint presentation and they literally just talk off the PowerPoint and you write notes on the PowerPoints. You are literally always up to your neck in homework. There have been many, 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 many nights that I did not get sleep at all to finish assignments. The amount of assignments that you have is ridiculous. And the more classes you have, the more assignments you have, so like the less free time you have. So on top of going to class and then coming home and doing homework, most college students work a part-time job because, again, college students are broke and tuition is so expensive. Personally for me, I work about 30 plus hours a week. It can get very tiring, very stressful. You do burn out a lot while you're going to class and having a part-time job. So if you go to a big college like I do, I think I have about 30,000 students that go to my school. Parking is absolutely so hard to find because a lot of students drive. Pretty much the people who don't live on campus, all of them drive to class. So my school, what we do, I think we have to pay like $300 a semester for a parking pass. And majority of the time, you pretty much can't even find a parking space even with a parking pass, because there's just so many people who get parking passes and they fill up the parking lots so much. And so it's hard to find parking with all of those students who are driving and then all of the faculty who are driving. So what I do is I park off campus but still close to campus. But even then, it's like a 15-20 minute walk to any classes on campus. So you're either paying $300 for a parking pass that you're not even guaranteed a parking spot, or you park off campus and you have to walk 15-20 minutes to class. It is absolutely so ridiculous. It's very easy to fail classes in college and it sucks, but that's just the reality and that's just what happens. I never failed a class in high school, middle school. I've never failed a class until college, and it made me feel so dumb, but that's literally not the case. Like, every college student fails at least one class. It just happens to everybody, and you live and you learn. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is kind of a heavy subject, but this is just the reality of college, at least for me. It's what I've gone through for the past 2 years. I'm being 100% real. I'm not just saying this just to scare you, but in my opinion, it is the hardest time in life to make friends, at least for me, just because you see people only for like 3 or 4 months, and then after that you probably will never see them again. A lot of the times I have made friends in a class and I talk to them like every single day, but then after that semester ends, I never hear from them again because I never see them at all. And it's very hard to make friends that will actually stay. College for me has just been very, very lonely, just because it's very hard to make and keep friends. Again, that's just what I've experienced. I've seen a lot of people make friends in college and actually keep them. So that is all I really came up with for what college is really like. Again, this video isn't like to scare anybody or like stop you from going to college. This is what I have experienced, and personally, college just isn't for everybody, and that's okay. That's okay to admit. That's not a bad thing at all. The reality, college is completely different from high school. It's a completely different reality, and it's just a time for you to learn yourself and grow and better yourself. So that's just kind of what I've learned about college, what I've seen, what I've experienced in the past 2 years. But if you guys want more videos about college and college life, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you more than you will ever know. Make sure to give this video a like if you liked it. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click the little bell so you never miss when I post. Make sure to always stay grateful, thankful, and positive, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye, guys.